Hello everyone, we're going to go ahead and do a box fight map. Let me go ahead and show you this as fast as humanly possible so I'm not wasting your time. First thing you want to do, go ahead and get inspired. Pick a gallery that you want to use for your box fight map. Go ahead and pick that out. What we're going to be doing is creating a 5x6 square, or a little, not exactly a square, but a 5x6 rectangle, if you will. So go ahead and lay that out first. That's what you want to do here. Next up, we're going to go ahead and grab some walls. Go ahead and just, you can choose anything for this. You're not really going to see this wall in this map for this tutorial. What I'm doing is I'm creating layers. A lot of people will build on the ground level. What I've learned through making maps is always keep your ground level free. Don't build on it. Build a little bit higher. That way later on, if you want to do something cool like lava underneath, you have that ability to do it later if you want to add onto the map. Alright, so then what we're going to do now after we built the floor, we're going to go ahead and put up some walls. You'll notice on the floor I built too, there's a little line path. I did that on purpose just because I'm creating a divider between the two teams for the box fight. Now I'm just creating some see-through walls. You'll see why later. I'm going to use barriers to create kind of a cool space effect outside, so it looks kind of more like a prism. I'm going to show you my completed work in another video. The link will be in the description, so make sure to check it out. Alright, now we're all completed with putting up those walls and that ceiling. We've created a box fight map here, but it doesn't really do anything yet. So we have to create the mechanics. That's the next step here. So next up, we're going to go ahead and grab player spawns. Yes, I am going to do a 2v2 all the way up to an 8v8 box fight map. Some people would say that's too many people for this small space. I say, bah humbug, I can do what I want. I'm going to show you what you can do here, and you can modify any of this any way you'd like. So now we're going to go ahead and do the settings for the player spawn. Make sure team 1 is set and visible during games is off. You're going to do that for all 8 of these on the Team 1 side. Alright, and you guessed it, we're going to do the same thing on the other side with the other 8 player spawns. Set it to Team 2 and visible during games, no. Now once that is all set, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. We need to go ahead and create a barrier between Team 1 and Team 2. We're going to go ahead and go into the Devices menu and select barrier. Once we've selected that barrier, we're going to go ahead and place it down. Once placed down, we're going to go ahead and change some settings here. The width of the barrier is 3, that is correct, but we need to go back actually and make a couple more changes. We need to change this to pure black. Just for this case, you can change it to whatever you want. As far as the style goes, barrier width 3, and don't forget the height. This is a 2-story box fight map. Most box fight maps are 2 stories. I have not seen any that are 3. But you know what? Change the rules. Do whatever you want. You'll notice here the width is not long enough for my map. So I'm going to actually have to create one more little barrier here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and match the settings here, and then we are all set. Now we are going to go ahead and move on to the next step. Go ahead and go back to Devices and select Explosive Device. Once you've selected the explosive device, go ahead and place it down. This is going to be a lot of settings, so get ready. We're going to go ahead and leave health alone, blast radius to 0.25, player damage to 0, structure damage to 0, leave explode on proximity, range alone. Keep going down, ignore these, time from detonation, we're going to go ahead and choose 5 seconds, that's very important. Turn off the VFX, the explosion noise. We're going to go ahead and add our own noise in later. Visible during game, turn that off. You can leave all these settings alone. Actually, I made one mistake at the top. We're going to go ahead and change one more thing that's very important. I almost missed it, guys. Knockback needs to be set to off. Otherwise, when it explodes, your bodies will fly around the box fight, and you don't want that to happen. All right, we're going to keep going down. Just go to when exploded, transmit on channel 1. That's very important, guys. So then channel 1 has been selected. When that thing blows up in 5 seconds, it's going to trigger an event. We're going to go ahead and disable the barrier on both of these, so go ahead and choose disable the barrier when receiving from channel 1. And what that's going to do is knock that barrier down. So when we start the game, like you'll see here, bam, that barrier's up, you can't go through it. And after 5 seconds, it will drop. And we did it, guys. We made a barrier that drops within 5 seconds. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and grab a speaker. We're going to grab that speaker and drop it down. We're going to change some of the settings here. I chose Dark Tilted Start as my selection. I went volume loud, and activate when receiving from channel 1. Very important, guys. Once again, that is now tied to the explosive device. Once we're all finished, we're going to go ahead and grab that audio device. And now we're going to go ahead and place it facing down right over the center of our map. Bam. Now when the game starts, you're going to hear a really nice start sound. Now we want to go ahead and delete the old sound device. Perfect. Let's go ahead and check it out. Damn, doesn't that sound good? All right, let's go ahead and move along. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab team settings and inventory. Go ahead and place one of those down. You actually don't have to change any of the settings in there, so leave it on default. Go ahead and choose the weapons you want in your box fight map. I'm going to go ahead and choose a blue AR and a purple pump shotgun. Next, we're going to grab 2 floppers, and we're going to go ahead and grab 1 slurp fish. You'll see here that everything is now placed in the team settings pod. When we go ahead and start the game, that means that will be your inventory, but we still need to add a couple more things like bullets and mats. I went ahead and added 100 medium ammo, 40 shotgun shells, and 500 wood, which you can now see in the inventory here. We have our AR, we have our shotgun, we have our floppers, and we have our slurp fish. We're able to build. We have 500 mats. What I'm going to do now is show you all the correct settings. All of the correct settings are already set here, so make sure you're just scrolling down and mimicking everything you see here in my game settings. There are a lot of settings here, guys, so take your time. Make sure you pause the video if you need to. Just make sure everything matches to get the perfect box fight game. Make sure to go ahead and change settings as you like as well. There is no right or wrong answers here. It's all about having fun. What I'm just doing here is showing you guys what I did for my box fight map. Alright, and moving along to settings, we're going to do the same thing. Just go ahead and scroll down with me and just pause if you need to, but go ahead and copy everything you see here. Alright, now on to UI, User Interface. Before we move on, I did want to point out one last thing. I chose custom under teams. This allows people to go ahead and choose the team they want to be on for these box fights. It's possible that you may want to change your map so it's more random. I would just change it off of custom, and that way it would just randomize who is on whose team. But in this case, for my map, I wanted to make it so people could choose the team they wanted to be on. Alright, and that is going to wrap up the settings portion of the map. Moving on to one final thing, it's going to be aesthetic. We're going to go ahead and drop a barrier down around the side of the box. What I'm going to do is set nebula, go down to enable during all. That way it's always showing, even pre-game. We're going to go ahead and change the barrier width to 10, the barrier height to 100, and what that's going to do is just create a very beautiful look around the box fight. Alright guys, we did it! We made a box fight map in about 10 minutes. That was incredible. Guys, if you have any questions that I didn't answer, please put them in the comments below. If you liked what I did today, please also subscribe to my channel. I am going to be doing more of these videos often. I'd love to see you back. Thanks again. Go ahead and like and subscribe to my videos if you like the content you see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.